Okay, so today is Saturday, 1st of March 2025. Bit cloudy, but probably also a bit of sunshine later today. In my subtropical climate, the temperatures are, if you like, changing from winter to spring back to winter again. And so for a few days it might be nighttime temperatures 12 degrees centigrade up to 18 during the day, and then a few days maybe at 18 to 24 degrees centigrade. And today is one of the warmer days. Now at 11 a.m. in my microclimate, it's 20 degrees centigrade, which is about 68 Fahrenheit. So probably it's going to get cooler again in a few days' time. So the MEDAKA are active and looking for food. I try to feed them at least twice a day now to build up their strength for breeding in 1 or 2 weeks' time. Something I can't remember mentioning in my previous videos is that in my experience, some strains of MEDAKA appear to thrive much better than other strains in my particular outdoor conditions, i.e. subtropical temperatures, my soft water with low pH water conditions, and maybe with my particular methods I use for keeping and breeding the MEDAKA. As I say, some strains thrive very well, others not so well. Now, I emphasize this is just based on my own experiences, so I may be wrong. But perhaps one reason for particular strains not thriving so well outdoors is that, I don't know whether this is true or not, the MEDAKA I obtained were from a source where the parent fish were kept in perhaps indoors under really controlled conditions of water quality and temperature, and they found it difficult to adapt to outdoor conditions, or maybe some of the original parent fish of the strains I've managed to obtain have weaker genes than my other strains that thrive outdoors. I don't know. It's very difficult for me to obtain MEDAKA, so I just grabbed whatever I could whenever they were available. However, I think carefully increasing numbers of a strain over several generations under local conditions outdoors is a very important factor in producing a stock of healthy, strong MEDAKA that will thrive in the particular local conditions where they're being kept. As just one example, I obtained a few Nishiki, which are red and black MEDAKA, and I think sometimes called tiger MEDAKA, some time ago. It's usually thought they're reasonably robust. However, over 3 generations, the strain has slowly faded away. There's now only one fish left, which maybe can be seen in here, in this group of orange MEDAKA. The original fish were healthy and active when I got them. As I say, over 3 generations, the offspring became weaker and less likely to breed, and so this particular strain that I managed to obtain probably were not ideal for my local conditions. On the other hand, even though these black orochi in this tub sometimes thought to be more difficult to keep, these black orochi happily thrive and reproduce under my local conditions of climate and water quality from the beginning. Usually this Orochi strain is the first to produce eggs even when daylight is short and temperatures are low, and they produce more eggs than other strains, and the fry grow faster and stronger. So again, I don't know the source, what the conditions were where this sort of strain when I obtained it, but right from the beginning they've been very happy and in my local conditions. Now other strains I've got thrive okay in my local conditions, but whatever it is, I've got the black Orochi are my favourites in terms of being strong and healthy. Now perhaps I can illustrate something about this by looking at my pond. So this is my pond. I've just moved the netting back, you can see it more easily. I've mentioned in previous videos I tried turning this pond into a MEDAKA pond last summer, but dragonfly larvae got in and ate all the MEDAKA. So now the pond only contains a few small feeder goldfish I rescued, and a shoal of small red platies. And you can see the bigger fish are those goldfish, smaller fish, a whole shoal of small red platies. And it's the platies I'm going to talk about. Some years ago I used to keep large goldfish in here, but they weren't very good at eating mosquito larvae. They were too slow, we couldn't catch up with them. So I used to put a few platies in beginning of every spring, so they eat the goldfish, so they would eat the mosquitoes during the summer. Now platies are supposedly tropical fish, and yeah, they were very, very happy in here during my subtropical summer, but I was never sure how well they survived winter conditions. But a couple of years ago I found a few of this red variety had survived the winter. I mean, here in winter water temperatures can go down maybe as low as 10 degrees centigrade, or maybe even a bit lower. Most of the time maybe sort of 12, 13 degrees, but they can go down to 10. But this shoal of red platies you see here, as I said, they're the smaller fish, not the large ones. They've survived through the whole winter. Maybe they're a bit stunted because they're all a bit dwarf form, I don't know. But I think maybe this illustrates what I'm trying to say about MEDAKA thriving in local conditions. So just by chance, these platies have developed a strain which survived the winter. They even thrive during the winter, even though they're supposed to be tropical fish. And so I think that seems to me illustrates that if MEDAKA are bought from a source, and you may not know what sort of source it is, you just buy whatever you can get, but if they're bought from a source which has breeding conditions substantially different from your own local conditions outdoors, it may take some time and effort for you to breed the MEDAKA over several generations to successfully adapt to whatever local conditions you have in your particular area. Anyway, that's my view. Whether it's right or wrong, I've got no idea. But those platies really are surviving very well. Okay,